offers much more than what you would probably buy into some other of the listed names. Of course, there'll always be questions around whether they'll be able to do it well and effectively and all, but I'm sure given their past track record, there's nothing much to doubt.
All right. I think there you go. That's the listing coming through 17 years after the last listing from the Reliance stable. That was back in 2006. I think we've got Jio Financial Services making it to the market at 262 rupees per share, which is exactly at the discovered price, which was 261.85. It's basically around 265 right now. You can see the top team, including Mr. Kamath there, ringing the bell, ringing the stock into the listed space. And there you go. Just like that, you've got one more stock from the Reliance stable out there in the market listed, Jio Financial Services. So, as I said, it's been almost 2 decades. Reliance Petroleum was the IPO which came through in 2006. And that was the last one from the Reliance stable. And now you've got Jio Financial Services in the market.
The claps going,
At this point.
The second most valuable company on the Indian bourses itself in the first minute of listing. So that's one big takeaway out there. 32nd in terms of market capitalization, ranking on market capitalization. And for today, as well as the next few sessions, that's for the next 10 trading sessions, I think, the stock will be in the 5% circuit limit. So just keep that in mind as well.
So, just to actually take that point forward, Nigel, let me ask Sriram. Sriram, the rule says that the stock has got to, by the way, we will cut across to when I think there will be a sort of brief address, I think, maybe an opportunity for questions. So we'll cut across to it. But Sriram, it says for 2 days, it's got to trade 2 days without hitting a circuit, right? So, So that's today and tomorrow. And then on Wednesday evening, it can be removed from the indices, from the Nifty, etc. So that's the 5% circuit? Is that how this will work?
Correct. Right, Prashant, you are right. So provided it doesn't hit circuit today and tomorrow, it will be deleted from Nifty Sensex and other.
Sorry, I think we lost the line there. Sriram, are you there? Okay, I think we lost it.
So just to tell our viewers that currently you have 51 stocks in the Nifty because of this corporate action. But in the next 2 days, if it doesn't hit circuit, Jio Financial Services will make its way out of the Nifty. That's because of the revision in rules that came about by the National Stock Exchange earlier this year itself. And it could possibly make a re-entry. But the re-entry could be at a little later date because first it needs to be eligible to trade in the F&O market. Then it will be followed by a re-entry into the Nifty. So that's the other clause in there, along with the other clause with regard to the average turnover that will be traded along with the market capitalization as well. Market capitalization, it fits the bill, but for it to get into the Nifty, it'll have to, get into the F&O market as well.
Nigel, the last review, the half-yearly review happened, I think, just last week. So the next one, 6 months out, maybe in February or whatever, right? Unless, of course, something else goes out and then they consider, it's happened before. According to eligibility, and the space, it can make its way back. Most surely, I think it will. I think Prakash is still with us. Prakash, first thoughts? We've got a new Reliance stock at about, 251 as we speak?
Yeah, and the first one with the Jio moniker. So, that's more exciting. So, and probably a couple of years back, nobody would have thought that Jio Telecom might not get listed as quickly as Jio Financial Services. So, this is what happens in markets. They're so dynamic. But, also given the fact that apart from this passive selling, selling by the passives, which is likely to be done to adjust their own weightages and all, you'll probably start seeing the stock stabilize in a while before people start allocating actively to the stock, and that's going to be interesting, Prashant. And I think by next Monday, same time, we'll probably be also much more well informed about the plans going ahead and the timelines possibly when Mr. Ambani addresses the AGM. So that's going to be the key thing. So till then, you probably just kind of let it settle and do its own thing. Yeah.
Also, Prakash, now every time Reliance reports their numbers, you will have a lot more of us sitting there analyzing the numbers, right? We'll have oil and gas, telecom, retail, and now JFS as well. So it's going to be a longer show perhaps. But jokes apart, the larger question, I guess, is, I mean, there will be a broad range of services